Good morning, dear children. Let us start with exercise 9.2. In the previous video, we have already covered exercise 9.1, each type of question. In this exercise, we are going to cover up the operations on rational numbers. How to cover up with the operations on rational numbers. What do you mean by operations? Operations means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Yeah, this is what operation means. Now, whenever we talk about rational numbers, if I have to compare the rational numbers, comparison means which is greater, which is smaller, are they equivalent in that context? How can we compare? If I have to compare two quantities, the quantities must be same in one or another factor. Same thing, when we talk about the comparison of rational numbers, the denominator must be same. When we are having rational numbers with denominators same, they are called like rational numbers. Clear? Similarly, whenever we have to perform two operations, addition and subtraction, we need to be very clear that every rational number must have the same denominator, means the rational numbers must be like rational numbers, only then we can add and subtract them. Are we clear? This is a fundamental rule you have to remember, that only like rational numbers can be added and subtracted. If they are not like or if they are unlike, then you have to make them like. And how you make them like? By taking LCM and making their denominator same. Are we clear? So let us start with the first question. Let me take the first question of the exercise. I'll take one of the examples. Let me take fifth part of the exercise question. Minus 8 by 19 and minus 2 by 57. Yeah, addition. Yeah, because plus sign is there, we'll be adding. But as per the board mass, we need to solve the bracket first. It means we'll open the bracket. See, this is as it is, but bracket is there. In the bracket, we are having minus sign. So what is plus minus? Plus minus is minus. Therefore, 2 by 57. Can we add them directly? No, because they are not like rational numbers. They are unlike rational numbers. How can we make unlike rational numbers to a rational number? Very good, by taking LCM. LCM of 19 and 57 is 57 only, right? So 57 is the LCM. Now 57 divided by 19 is 3, so minus 8 into 3, minus as it is. 57 divided by 57, it's 1, so minus 2 into 1. So minus 8 into 3 is minus 24, and minus 2 into 1 is minus 2 upon 57. Minus minus plus, but since minus is with both, so it will be taken common, hence it will be minus 26 upon 57, which is your answer in this case. Are we clear? So this is how we will do the addition part, by making the same, means we have to make the denominator same. Are we clear? I'll take one more question, question number 2 of subtraction. Very easy. Let me take this part. Minus 6 by 13 minus of minus 7 by 15. The question is like this. So I'll solve it here only. Very easy question. See, what is the question? Minus 6 by 13 and minus of minus 7 by 15. Are we clear? So what we have to do, first of all, open the bracket. I told you the first rule is open the bracket. You have to open the bracket, then only you're able to solve. Clear? Now minus outside, minus inside, then multiply. Minus minus plus, so it will be 7 upon 15. Are we clear? Any doubt anyone is having in this question? Okay. Next thing, you'll take the LCM of 13 and 15. Yeah, solve it and get the answer. I'm not doing because you can try. Almost the question is same. Clear with this? Now let's see the multiplication. How do we multiply? Do remember, children, in case of multiplication and division, we need not to have like terms, or we need not to have like fractions or like rational numbers. Because why? We don't need, because multiplication is not dependent on the like or unlike terms. It's not related to it. In case of multiplication or division, what we do, we actually multiply the numerators and then we multiply the denominator and we get the answer. So we don't depend on the likeness or unlikeness of the terms. Hence, multiplication and division is much simpler concept as compared to addition and subtraction. Because in addition and subtraction, we need to make and we need to consider the likeness of the term. Likeness of the term means we need to consider the same denominator, but in case of multiplication we don't have such means complexity, or we can say we can't go for the such beyondness. So multiplication and division is much simpler. काफी simple है. Let's see how to do it. I'll take one example again. Question number 3. We are doing operation multiplication. Let's see how to multiply given rational numbers. I'll take one question. For example, the question is 3 by 7 multiplied by minus 2 by 5. No need to open the bracket in this case, because if you open the bracket, how you will be writing? Do you think mathematically it is correct? No. Two operations together? No, not possible. That is why we will keep this in the bracket only. This minus sign here indicates that this is a negative rational number. It's very important. If you open the bracket, what will happen? Two operations together, which is not feasible, which is not possible in maths. Two operations cannot be applied together. At a time, we can apply only one operation. Hence, this was completely irrelevant, illogical to write this. Hence, we'll write in the bracket only. Now, what is the rule for multiplication? Numerator will be multiplied with numerator, denominator will be multiplied with denominator. In case, if we can cut, for example, in this case, we cannot cut. We cannot cut 3 and 7. We cannot cut 3 and 7. We cannot cut minus 2 and 7. We cannot cut minus 2 by 7. And don't do this blunder. Normally what students do, they cut this way. Numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. No. We can only cut numerator with the denominator. Any denominator. This numerator with any denominator. That is the possibility. So in multiplication, what we will do? We will multiply the numerators first. Yes. 3 into minus 2. Numerators. Then we will multiply the denominators. 3 into minus 2. What is the answer? Minus 6. 4 into 4. What is the answer? Minus 49. Hence the result of this multiplication of rational numbers is minus 6 by 49. Very simple to do. Are we clear? Now let's see again one more concept here. Question number 4. We'll do the fourth and last operation, which is division. Division or rational numbers. Very easy. I'll take a good example. Minus 2 by 13 divided by 1 by 7. Are we clear? So, question is minus 2 by 13 divided by 1 by 7. See, division is also possible. We can divide also. But don't you think multiplication is much better criteria as compared to division? So what we will do, we'll convert this division sign into multiplication to make our calculation easier. So how will you convert this division into multiplication? It's not easy. You directly will write and you'll get the answer. No ways. Division and multiplication are two different processes. Multiplication leads to the largeness of the number, largeness of the series, whereas division reduces the value. Yes or no? Same thing. So what we have to do, we'll convert this division sign into multiplication with the rule that the number next to it must be reciprocal. Must be reciprocal. So in that case, reciprocal means denominator will become numerator, numerator will become denominator. Multiplication, what is the rule of multiplication? Multiply numerators, multiply denominators. Hence minus 2 into 7, minus 14, and 13 into 1 is 13. This is what is the answer of this question. This is how we'll convert division into multiplication first. How? By converting the term next to the division by reciprocal. Reciprocal the term next to it. Reciprocal means numerator will become denominator, denominator will become numerator. Are we clear? Few concepts we need to know. After that, this chapter is over. We'll do few properties that we did earlier also, but few more. The properties are like, we should know what do you mean by additive inverse. You should know what is additive inverse. Additive means addition, inverse means opposite. Additive inverse in simple language means, just remember, change the sign. how will you find the additive inverse of any number? What you will do, you will change the sign. Your plus will become minus and your minus will become plus. For example, if I am having 5 by 7 as a rational number, and if anyone asks me that what is the additive inverse of 5 by 7, what I do, additive inverse. This is what I have to find. I told you change the sign. It's a positive. Additive inverse of 5 by 7 is minus 5 by 7. Now you might be thinking, so we have to, as per standard rule, we must keep the negative sign with the numerator. Hence I am writing. Are we clear? Next, additive identity. Additive identity means what shall I add to a number so that I get the same number back. Additive identity of any number is 1. Do remember. We have discussed this in fractions also. It means in integers also we have discussed. I have given you. So is 1. Why? Sorry, not 1. Sorry, 0. Why? If I add 5 by 7, 5 by 7 is there. What shall I add 5 by 7 with so that I get 5 by 7 back? What is that? Absolutely 0. Hence 0 is called additive identity of any number. Do remember. Similarly, clear with this phenomenon, additive inverse, change the sign. Additive inverse, change the sign. Additive identity of any number is 0. Similarly, we have multiplicative inverse and multiplicative identity also. Let's see that. Multiplicative identity. Okay. So what we'll do? Multiplicative inverse first. What do you mean by multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse means simply, do remember the rule, reciprocal. Reciprocal means at multiplicative inverse. For example, I am having 5 by 7. What is the MI? MI means multiplicative inverse. Reciprocal. Reciprocal means denominator will become numerator and numerator will become denominator. Hence 7 by 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 5 by 7. Are we clear? So next thing, multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity means what shall I multiply number with so that I get the same number back. So multiplicative identity of any number in the universe is 1. Obviously, for example, I am having 5 by 7. What shall I multiply 5 by 7 with so that I get 5 by 7 back? Obviously, answer is 1. Hence, what is 1? 1 is called the multiplicative identity of any number. By this particular chapter, rational number is over. Next, in the next coming classes, we'll discuss chapter 11, that is parameter and area. Till then, take care, bye bye, and have a good day.